Rumors have started around the Chivas team, and we're going to go over exactly the ones that have come up in the last few hours, which are quite a few, quite a few. So let's talk about each and every one of them. So stay here with me until the end and let me know. Out of these rumors, which one do you think could actually happen? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm Jesus Burnell, and I thank all of you for your attention. Thank you so much for being here with me to talk about the latest news regarding the Chivas team. So without further ado, let's start this video with the latest news about Chivas. One of the rumors that has come up in the last few hours and is circulating on the internet is about Oscar Wally. Oscar Wally may join the Atlante team. He could go to the Atlante team. This news is published by the Soy Football website. It says strategy to fend off interest. Chivas raises the asking price for Oscar Wally due to Atlante's interest. That's what people are saying here, and it's mentioned. Well, it's like the whole context that, well, he's an experienced goalkeeper who has caught Piojo Herrera's attention. They talk about the value he has, about him being 32 years old, and his career in European football. Yes, obviously, Oscar Wally is a very experienced goalkeeper. Even though in Mexico he hasn't had many opportunities, it's clear that in Europe he did have plenty of playing time in different leagues. I don't know if Chivas is in a position to sell him because it's a gamble. No, just imagine if you sell him and then you also lose Angel. That's the thing, right? And then you'd have to turn to someone and suddenly give them their debut as your goalkeeper. The fact that he's at the World Cup, I think that might slow down any moves regarding the goalkeeper position, but at least, well, that's what's starting to be talked about, right? That Oscar Wally could end up at Atlante. Another topic that's been talked about and is also on social media and the internet is about Hugo Camberos. It's about Hugo Camberos, since there are different sites talking about the possibility that Hugo Camberos might change teams in this transfer market. It's said that the club would pay a huge amount and all that, but I've mostly seen this news on America transfer pages, right? And America websites, where they talk a lot about the Hugo Camberos situation. To me, it would be crazy for Chivas to sell him within Mexico. It would seem crazy to me, because it means selling him to clubs competing against you for the title. Maybe a loan to a minor team wouldn't seem so bad to me. That he goes on loan to Tijuana, that he goes on loan to Necaxa, that he goes on loan to San Luis, to Juárez, to Querétaro, to Puebla, where he's surely going to be a starter. He's going to get plenty of minutes, and he can come back a better player. But selling him to America, I think that's impossible. Honestly, I don't see it as viable for Camberos to join the America team. Chivas fans always get excited about Rodolfo Pizarro, and now could it happen? Could it? This would be no exception. And the thing is, the player has told the Juárez management that he wants to leave the team. He played around 700 minutes this tournament. It seems that Pedro Caixinha wasn't too fond of Rodolfo Pizarro's style, and Fran Sanchez, the club's sporting director, has confirmed this. Obviously, Pizarro approached them, knocked on the door, and told them, "Gentlemen, I want to leave the Bravos."
Obviously, he approached and said, I want to, and obviously in the best way possible, right? Regarding which exit option, there's only one player who hasn't asked to leave, and that's Rodolfo Pizarro. The rest of the players, as of today, have already told us they might leave. Each of the players who have a contract knows that I support their decisions on the field as long as they have a good attitude. But then when it comes to leaving, they're assets of the club, and they'll have to negotiate with me or with the club. and I try to defend it the best I know how and the best I can.
Go. Someone who will also return to Chivas and try his luck to see if he can convince coach Gabby Milito, and who also happens to come from Bravos de Juárez, is none other than Diego Ochoa. This Mexican central defender who posted this announcement on his Instagram account. Well, I think he makes it very clear that he is leaving the Bravos team. In fact, Fran Sanchez himself confirmed this, that he is returning to Chivas, that there is no place for him with the Juárez side, and the truth is, his numbers were non-existent. 0 minutes in this tournament. It seems like he wasn't really favored by Pedro Caixinha, 21 years old. He's a player with a lot of potential, someone the Guadalajara team can still salvage, but he also hasn't had much luck because he debuted with Oscar Garcia and got injured on the day of his debut in a match against Necaxa. So, well, hopefully this time around things go well for him and he can be really useful for the Rebaño Sagrado. Jordan Carrillo is one of the players that Chivas fans have asked for the most. And to me, it seems like it's more because people noticed him since he scored against America, because he scored against Pachuca, because his team is in the final, more than for any other reason, right? More than for any other reason. Definitely. I don't see any way he could join. Chivas wanted him at some point, but off-the-field issues made them decide it was better not to. Also, he has 6 months left on his contract with Pumas, and he's on loan with no option to buy. And we have to look at something else, that it wasn't just for one tournament, right? That his good performance isn't just from one tournament, but that he can maintain it. That's why I say, for me, the thing about Jordan Carrillo is more of a rumor and a wish from the fans than a reality for the Chivas team. What is real, though, is Víctor El Pocho Guzmán. Víctor El Pocho Guzmán. He has finished his one-year loan with Pachuca, but at the same time as that loan ended, his contract with Guadalajara also ended. What does this mean? That he won't return to Chivas. El Pocho is now completely free. He's a free agent and has the chance to sign wherever he wants. So, we won't be seeing him around here anymore. Why? Well, first, because he no longer has a contract. And second, because it was this management that decided to let him go, right? And send him to the Tuzos team. So, surely, as long as Javier Mier's in charge, well, no. There's no place for Víctor El Pocho Guzmán. It was part of the restructuring, let's say, that the management did once they took over after the Spaniards left. And in that sense, well, Pocho is not in the plans, there was no renewal. His contract ended with Pachuca and also with Chivas. One of the latest rumors going around is about Everardo Lopez, central defender for Toluca. And the thing is, some people think that Chivas is going to sign a center back for this tournament. To be honest with you, I don't think Chivas will go after central defenders. They have Danny Aguirre, Luis Romo, Diego Campillo, Jose Castillo, Tapia, and Tiba, who I think will end up leaving. There's Angel Chavez, Diego Ochoa is coming back, and Luis Rey is coming back too. Where would a central defender fit in Chivas? There's no room. If they put him there, obviously he's a good prospect. He's 21 years old, and he's attracted a lot of attention this semester with national team call-ups and all that. But no, I don't see it. Honestly, I just don't see it. Beyond the fact that this situation is being talked about. Well, those are the latest rumors that have come out regarding Chivas. Let's see what happens in the near future. Alright, we'll end the video here. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep subscribing, commenting, sharing, and liking, and I'll see you next time. I'm Jesus Bernal. Goodbye.